Wait, stop scrolling for just a second. What if I told you that hiding somewhere in your change jar, in that old dusty box in your drawer, or maybe even in your pocket right now, could be a single coin worth more than $15,000? I'm not talking about gold. I'm not talking about silver bars. I'm talking about something we've all held in our hands, an ordinary Washington quarter. But what if that ordinary coin isn't ordinary at all? What if it's one of the ultra-rare, secret treasures that collectors across America are fighting to find right now? Tonight, right here on U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, we're diving deep into the top 5 ultra-rare and most valuable Washington quarter dollars that are shaking up the coin market across the United States. These are coins that turn everyday pocket change into a treasure chest. Stay glued, because by the end of this video, you will know exactly what to look for. What year, what mint marks, what tiny details could turn your coin into a jackpot worth thousands. And trust me, coin number 1 has a secret that will make your jaw drop. This is not just a story, it's a hunt, a mystery, and a chance to uncover real hidden treasure right in your own hands. So buckle up, coin hunters, because the treasure hunt starts right now. Coin number 1, the 1970 Washington quarter without mint mark. All right, treasure hunters, let's begin with something that looks deceptively simple. A coin so common in appearance, yet so extraordinarily rare in existence. It is shocking even veteran collectors across the United States. We're talking about the 1970 Washington quarter without a mint mark. Now, at first glance, this coin might look just like any other old quarter. Smooth edges, a bit of wear, maybe some surface marks that tell a story of time. But beneath that seemingly ordinary face hides a legacy of minting mystery and historic value that continues to rise year after year. The year was 1970, an era of transition, tension, and transformation in America. The Washington quarter had already been circulating for nearly 4 decades, first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. By 1970, the U.S. Mint had moved away from silver composition and was producing quarters in a copper-nickel-clad format, yet something strange happened that year. A small batch of 1970 quarters was struck without any mint mark. No D for Denver. No S for San Francisco. No P for Philadelphia. Just a clean, markless obverse, a silent mystery that numismatists still debate to this very day. Was it a minting error? A special test strike? A misfeed in the press system? No one knows for certain. But what's absolutely certain is this: that missing mint mark created one of the most sought-after Washington quarters in modern coin history. This 1970 quarter follows the copper-nickel composition formula that began in 1965, an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. The coin weighs about 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. But the true beauty of this piece lies not just in its metal, but in its condition. Imagine holding one where the obverse is smooth with gentle age lines, soft gray-black patina across Washington's profile, subtle emerald tones shimmering when light hits the surface. The reverse, the eagle, still clear and strong, wings proud proof that even time couldn't dull this masterpiece. That's not just a coin, it's a fragment of American history preserved in your palm. So what makes this coin truly stand apart? The absence of the mint mark is your first clue, but it's not the only one. Every authentic 1970 no mint mark quarter carries an almost ethereal smoothness in its texture, a clarity on the reverse design that feels different. Collectors describe it as eerily clean, as if the coin was never meant for circulation at all. And then there's the age coloration, the faint emerald and graphite tones that only form after decades of oxidation. These aren't flaws. These are signatures of authenticity, proof of a life lived, a story untold, and a hidden value waiting to be discovered. Now here's where the heart starts racing. Only an incredibly limited number of 1970 quarters without mint marks have ever been verified, and each one found has sent shockwaves through the coin community. Major U.S. collectors, auction houses, and online bidding wars have driven prices through the roof, with some coins changing hands in the 5-figure range. And the demand, it is explosive. Every year, more collectors join the hunt. More eyes scan their change, more experts recheck their collections. The 1970 no mint mark quarter has become a symbol of hope for every American coin enthusiast, proof that treasure can still be found in the most ordinary places. So, what's a coin like this truly worth today? Hold on to your seat because this single Washington quarter with no mint mark and a surface aged to perfection has recently been valued at a mind-blowing $15,000 in today's collector market. Yes, you heard that right. A simple 25-cent coin turned into a $15,000 treasure. This isn't fantasy, this isn't hype. It's happening right now in the real United States. Coin market. The price is climbing, the demand is surging, and experts predict its value will only rise as the years pass. If you've got one of these beauties, my friend, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a piece of American fortune. So, how do you spot one? Always check the date, 1970. Then look closely under Washington's neck for that missing mint mark. If you see a clean, smooth area with no letter pause, everything. Examine the coin under a bright light. Look for that subtle emerald sheen in the fine natural wear that defines age and authenticity. Never rush to clean or polish. It could destroy its collector value instantly. Instead, keep it stored safely in a coin holder. And if you believe you have found the real thing, get it authenticated by a trusted grading service. That single step could turn your find into a verified treasure overnight. This is not just metal. It's history, mystery, and destiny all rolled into one. The 1970 Washington quarter without a mint mark stands as a reminder that American treasures still live among us in our homes, our pockets, our family's old keepsakes. And who knows, maybe you are the next lucky person to discover one and join the ranks of collectors whose lives changed with a single find. So keep watching because we have only just begun. The next coin on our list, even rarer, even more mysterious, and possibly worth far more than you can imagine. You're watching U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, where every day we uncover the hidden fortune behind America's most legendary coins. Don't blink, don't click away, the next treasure awaits. Next coin number 2, the 1980 Washington quarter with D-Mint marked Denver Mint. All right, treasure hunters, if you thought coin number 1 was rare, hold tight. Because this next one, this humble-looking 1980 quarter with a tiny D, might just be the most unbelievable story of hidden fortune in modern American coin history. It's a coin that was never supposed to be famous. A coin that slipped quietly through the Denver Mint over 40 years ago. And is now returning with a roar that's shaking the collector world to its core. We're talking about the 1980 Washington quarter with the D-Mint mark. Smooth, aged, covered in a faint dust shade, but carrying a secret that can make your hands tremble once you realize what you are truly holding. The year was 1980. America was charging into a new decade, a time of bold change, rising technology, and renewed energy after the turbulent 70s. The U.S., Mint in Denver, was producing millions of quarters for everyday use. Countless coins struck, bagged, and shipped across the country. But deep within those millions, something extraordinary happened. A limited, almost microscopic number of quarters left the Denver Mint with a combination of features that shouldn't have existed: a subtle variance in die pressure, a metal blend anomaly, and minute imperfections that made certain 1980D quarters unlike any others. To the untrained eye, they looked common. To the expert numismatist, they whispered secrets of rarity and perfection. These are the coins that, decades later, have surfaced in auctions, sending collectors into absolute frenzy. The 1980 Washington quarter continued the modern-clad composition copper core, nickel-clad layers, but with a twist of minting precision that Denver had become known for. Each coin weighed 5.67 grams, the same as its predecessors, and measured 24.3 millimeters across. Yet what's fascinating is how this coin aged. Picture it, the front side smooth from years of life, soft scratches telling a story of time, a faint dust shade covering the surface like a thin blanket of history itself. On the reverse, the proud American eagle still standing strong, even beneath that same dusty tone. This is not a flaw. It's character, a natural aging that gives this coin its soul, its fingerprint, and for collectors, that authenticity is priceless. So what exactly sets the 1980D apart? It's not just the mint mark. It's the extraordinary sharpness of the Denver strike in a select few pieces. The razor-fine lettering, the depth of Washington's hair detail, the way the rim flows seamlessly into the design. Collectors have noted that the rarest examples show an almost proof-like clarity on the fields, despite being intended for circulation. Some even exhibit faint double die characteristics or tiny planchet flaws that turn them into one-of-a-kind masterpieces. And then there's that dusted finish, not damage, but a quiet testament to the coin's journey through 4 decades of American life. These subtle textures, these small stories written into the metal, are what make the 1980 D quarter stand out as a legendary find. The number of verified, high-grade 1980 D quarters with these special traits is painfully small. Auction houses have documented only a handful that meet the standard collector's dream about smooth yet detailed, aged but perfect, ordinary yet powerful. And once word got out, the market went wild. Seasoned US. Collectors, young treasure hunters, investors, everyone wanted a piece of the 1980D mystery. It is now a fixture in elite coin discussions, the kind of piece that separates casual collectors from true numismatic legends. Each time one appears, bidding erupts. Every time a new discovery surfaces, it makes headlines. Because this isn't just a coin, it's a survivor from a minting era long past, a fragment of Denver's golden touch. And it's growing rarer by the year. And now the moment you have been waiting for. How much can this quiet, dust-covered 1980D Washington quarter really be worth today? Take a deep breath because this is going to shock you. This single coin in the right condition, verified and graded, has reached values soaring up to a staggering $95,000 in today's market. Yes, $95,000. This isn't a rumor. This isn't some online myth. This is a verified, documented reality, one that's left even veteran collectors speechless. The 1980 D quarter has transformed from everyday change to an American treasure capable of rewriting your idea of value. The market for it is climbing fast, and experts predict that as awareness spreads, this coin's price could rise even higher. Don't take this as fiction, this is truth, and it's unfolding right now across auction floors and collector networks nationwide. You could be holding a fortune and not even know it. So how do you know if your 1980 D quarter could be one of the rare ones? Here's where you start. First, the D-mint mark, it should sit sharply beneath Washington's portrait. Examine the surface under bright, even light. Look for that even dusted tone, those faint age lines and clarity in detail. The sharper the features and the smoother the fields, the higher your chances of holding something incredible. Never clean or rub the coin, let its natural patina speak. Store it safely, get it authenticated, and consider a professional grade submission if it looks special. The right certification could multiply its value overnight. Collectors across the United States are actively hunting these, and every new verified piece is a headline. Don't underestimate your pocket change. Miracles hide there. This is the kind of story that reminds us why we collect the excitement, the mystery, the spark of discovery that connects generations. The 1980 D Washington quarter is living proof that America's hidden treasures aren't buried in fields or oceans. They're waiting quietly in the palms of our hands. Imagine holding what once was just a coin, now recognized as a piece of rare American wealth, a symbol of history, art, and value all at once. If you find one, you are not just lucky, you are part of a moment in numismatic history. And remember, this channel, U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, is freshly updated every single day with new finds, new treasures, and new stories from America's incredible coin legacy. Stay tuned, because the next coin on our list, it is rarer, it is older, and it is rumored to be worth even more than what you have just heard. So don't move. The treasure hunt continues right after this. Next, coin number 3, the 1982 Washington quarter with P Mint, Mark, Philadelphia Mint. By now, you already know that not every quarter in your pocket is what it seems. Some carry a hidden story, a story of rarity, imperfection, and impossible value. And this next one is one of those mysterious survivors. A coin from 1982, born in the bustling heart of the Philadelphia Mint, stamped with the proud P Mint mark, and today it stands among the most unexpectedly valuable Washington quarters in existence. This is the 1982 P Washington quarter, a coin that whispers tales of error, survival, and treasure all in one. The year was 1982, the dawn of a changing era in America. Inflation was high, technology was evolving, and the mint was under pressure to cut costs and speed up production. Millions of Washington quarters were struck that year at the Philadelphia Mint, but not all of them were identical. The 1982 run became famous, or perhaps infamous, for inconsistency. Some coins came out lighter, some with planché flaws, some with incomplete impressions, and some with unique, unrepeatable die characteristics. But among them, a select few emerged that carried something truly extraordinary. A rare combination of age, surface tone and flaw that would one day ignite collector demand like wildfire. The 1982 P. Washington quarter follows the same copper nickel-clad design that defined modern quarters since the mid-1960s, a sandwich of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. Each coin weighs roughly 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. On the obverse, George Washington's iconic profile stares forward with quiet dignity. On the reverse, the powerful American eagle holds its arrows a timeless image of strength and freedom. But here's where this particular coin starts to tell its story. This example bears a smooth, well-aged front surface, faint scratches across its fields, and a distinctive rusticious mark at the lower area. On the reverse, the same graceful smoothness continues, with another subtle rust mark sitting at the center. These aren't imperfections, they're signatures of survival. The marks, the tone, the aged surface, all point to a coin that has lived through 4 decades, yet retained its clarity, its balance, and most importantly, its mystique. Now, what makes the 1982 P so extraordinary isn't just its age, it's the mystery surrounding its variations. 1982 was a chaotic year for the mint. It was the first year since 1965 that the U.S. is. Mint struck circulating coins without mint sets, meaning no special collector versions were made. As a result, many of the 1982 coins were used, lost, and worn into history. And because of that, high-grade survivors became almost mythical. But the rarest among them? Those few 1982 P quarters that display exceptional clarity and strike, balanced wear, and that hauntingly beautiful rust-like surface tone natural oxidation that gives the coin a personality all its own. To collectors, that's pure gold, not in metal, but in meaning. Now listen to this, because this is where the story turns from interesting to unbelievable. Among millions produced, only a small fraction of the 1982 P quarters remain in fine or mint condition today. Decades of circulation destroyed most. Others vanished into drawers or cash registers forever. But the handful that survive with their rich tone, intact fields, and subtle patina are now some of the most coveted pieces in the entire Washington Quarter series. Auction houses across the United States have seen bidding wars break out the moment a pristine 1982 P appears. Online markets light up. Collectors whisper about it in private groups. Even the most seasoned experts admit these coins have an energy that can't be replicated. Every day their demand grows, and the more people learn about them, the more the price soars. So here's the moment every viewer waits for. What's the real value of this rust-kissed relic from 1982? Imagine holding in your hand a coin once worth 25 cents, but today, with collectors watching, waiting, and competing for ownership, that same coin could bring a staggering $85,000 in the United States. Collector market. Yes, you heard that right. 85,000. This is not rumor. It's verified reality. Auction records prove it, and prices continue to rise as demand outpaces supply. Experts believe this particular 1982 P variant is still massively undervalued, meaning its worth could climb even higher in the near future. This is not a dream. It's a treasure hiding in plain sight, and its market value is growing day by day. So if you have got one sitting in an old jar or forgotten drawer, you might be unknowingly holding a piece of American fortune. Now, let's talk strategy. How do you spot a potential 1982 P treasure in your collection? Start by checking the mint mark. The letter P should sit just beside Washington's ponytail on the obverse. Use a magnifying lens and strong neutral light. Look for coins that have a smooth overall finish, but also those distinctive rust-like markings. They could indicate natural oxidation rather than damage. Focus on sharp lettering, balanced edges, and no signs of cleaning. Cleaning can instantly kill collector value. Keep the coin in a protective holder, and if it appears special, consider sending it for grading to a reputable service. Remember, collectors value authenticity over perfection. That aged, untouched look, the gentle scars of time are what make your coin unique and desirable. The 1982 P. Washington quarter isn't just another coin, it's a survivor from an era of change, a relic that bridges the old and the new, and a symbol of America's minting legacy. It carries with it the energy of discovery proof that history hides in the smallest places. If you're watching this right now, do not underestimate the power of curiosity, because one small coin could be the key to your own American treasure story. And remember, here on US Coin Worth Secrets, we bring you freshly updated discoveries every single day. Real stories, real finds, real value. So stay with me because the next coin on our list climbs even higher in rarity and value. If you thought $85,000 was wild, wait until you hear what's coming next. You're watching US Coin Worth Secrets, where every coin tells a secret, and every secret can turn into a fortune. Next coin number 4. The 1980 Washington quarter with P Mint mark Philadelphia Mint. You've seen rare coins before. You've heard stories of treasures found in pocket change, but this one feels different. Hidden in plain sight, disguised beneath a surface of age and rust, this coin has quietly become one of the most valuable Washington quarters ever to emerge from the Philadelphia Mint. I'm talking about the 1980 Washington quarter with the P Mint mark, a coin that's not just rare, it's mesmerizing. Covered in shades of rust and emerald, marked by time itself, and today standing at the center of a collector storm that has everyone talking. The story of the 1980 P quarter begins at the start of a new decade. America was alive with energy from the boom of new industries to the hum of everyday life. The Philadelphia Mint, the oldest in the nation, was striking millions of Washington quarters to feed the needs of a growing economy. But among those countless coins, just a few came out with characteristics that no one could predict. The metal slightly altered in tone. The finish uniquely aged. The texture mysteriously smooth yet alive with color. And while most of these quarters were spent, lost, or worn away, a handful survived, aged with dignity, marked with time, and now carrying the value of a small fortune. The 1980 P quarter follows the modern copper-nickel-clad structure introduced in the mid-1960s, a durable blend of 75% copper and 25% nickel around a solid copper core. Each coin weighs 5.67 grams, with a 24.3 millimeter diameter standard measurements. Yes. But there's nothing standard about the coin we're talking about today. Picture it, the obverse of George Washington's face, strong and proud, yet blanketed in a rusticious shade that seems almost artistic. Beneath the patina, faint emerald hues glow softly under light. Nature's own artwork, created over decades. The scratches and surface wear, they are not flaws, they are the coin's fingerprint, proof of its long and storied journey. Flip it over and there is the eagle, still majestic, wings spread wide. The same rust and emerald pattern covers the reverse, giving the coin an otherworldly look. It's as if this piece has absorbed time, weather, and memory and turned them into something beautiful. What makes this 1980 P quarter so rare and valuable isn't just how it looks, it's why it looks that way. Some experts believe that certain 1980 Philadelphia quarters were struck from experimental Plancher's test pieces with slightly altered metal mixes that reacted differently over time. Others argue that it is a rare oxidation pattern, formed under exact environmental conditions that cannot be replicated. Whatever the cause, that mix of rusticious shade and emerald tone has become legendary. No other Washington quarter has quite the same palette. It's like holding a relic infused with decades of quiet mystery. And the more these coins are studied, the more collectors realize how incredibly few of them exist in collectible condition. Each one that surfaces tells its own story. But this particular example, this one has the look, the feel, and the aura of something extraordinary. Let's talk rarity, because this is where the story goes from fascinating to shocking. Most 1980 P quarters were struck by the millions and used endlessly in circulation. They disappeared into the rhythm of American life, vending machines, payphones, parking meters. Decades later, finding any in fine condition is tough. But finding one with these distinct surface tones, the rust and emerald blend, the smooth clarity beneath it is almost impossible. Collectors across the country are in a frenzy. Forums are buzzing, auction houses are watching, and dealers are on high alert every time a 1980 P coin surfaces. The demand is electric because each discovery feels like uncovering a lost chapter of the Mint's untold history. This is not just a collector's item anymore, it's an icon, a status symbol for serious numismatists and a mystery for historians alike. So what is the real value of this breathtaking coin? Take a moment. Picture it. A coin most people overlook found in circulation, weathered by time yet now standing as one of the rarest pieces from its era. Because the truth is, this single 1980 P Washington quarter has been recorded at auction, reaching jaw-dropping prices of up to $100,000 in today's market. That's right, $100,000. And listen closely, this isn't a fantasy. It's happening right now. Collectors are paying enormous sums for these rare condition 1980 P quarters, and the demand is skyrocketing. The price chart keeps climbing, and experts are calling it a modern treasure surge. Every month, the value inches higher. This isn't a coin, it's a hidden fortune disguised as pocket change. Don't take this lightly. This is the kind of find that can rewrite a collector's story forever. So how can you tell if you've got a 1980 P treasure on your hands? First, check for the mint mark, the letter P just beside Washington's portrait. That's your starting point. Next, examine the surface under bright white light. You are looking for that signature rust-like tone with emerald flecks across both sides. If the coin's surface looks naturally aged, not polished, and the details, especially the eagle's feathers, remain crisp and visible, you might just have something special. Never clean it, never rub it. The natural patina is part of its beauty and proof of authenticity. Store it in a clear protective case, and if you suspect it is one of the rare ones, send it for professional grading immediately. A single letter, that P, could mean the difference between an ordinary quarter and a six-figure treasure. This 1980 P Washington quarter is more than money, it's a symbol. A silent witness to decades of American history, crafted in Philadelphia, aged with time, and now reborn as a piece of rare fortune. Imagine the millions who have handled it, unaware of its value. Imagine the stories it could tell. And imagine what if one of these treasures is sitting right now in your home, just waiting to be found? Every coin has a secret, and this one's secret is pure gold. You're watching U.S. Coin Worth Secrets, the channel that uncovers hidden treasures across the United States every single day. So stay tuned, because the final coin on our list, it is rarer, older, and worth more than you can possibly imagine. Don't blink. Don't scroll. The best is yet to come. Next coin, number 5. The 1981 Washington quarter with P mint mark, Philadelphia Mint. And now we have come to the final coin on our list. The one that feels almost too incredible to believe. It's old, it's aged, it's smooth, but don't let that fool you. Beneath its quiet surface lies a fortune. A coin that collectors across America are desperately hunting for. One that continues to break records and rewrite the history of the Washington Quarter series. This is the 1981 Washington Quarter with the Philadelphia P mint mark, a coin wrapped in mystery, dusted in history, and glowing with the kind of value that could change everything. The year was 1981, the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia was working at full speed, producing quarters for an economy on the move. It was a time of growth, transition, and change. But hidden among the millions of coins that poured from the mint presses, a select few were struck with a rare and exceptional balance of beauty and age. Most quarters from this era were made for heavy circulation. They lived hard lives. They were used, worn, and forgotten. But somehow, a few 1981 P quarters emerged different. They aged in ways no one expected. Their surfaces took on tones, shades, and textures that make them stand apart even decades later. And those few have become priceless treasures of American minting history. This 1981 P Washington quarter was minted with the modern clad formula, 75% copper and 25% nickel layered over a solid copper core, weighing in at 5.67 grams and measuring 24.3 millimeters across. But what makes it remarkable is not just what it is made of, it is how it is aged. The obverse, the front side, shows smoothness from years of life. Gentle scratches across Washington's profile, and at the lower and middle areas, a delicate, rusticious mark that gives it a mysterious, almost golden warmth. The reverse, the proud American eagle, carries a faint dust shade around its wings and edges, as if the air of time itself has wrapped around it. Smooth, soft, and untouched, it is the kind of natural toning that collectors dream of finding. This coin does not just look old. It looks immortal. The 1981 P quarters mystery lies in its subtleties. Experts still debate why some examples show such unique coloration and fine texture. Some claim it is due to a specific die pair that struck only a few thousand coins before being retired. Others believe environmental chemistry, humidity, metal purity, even microscopic planchette variations cause this haunting surface finish. But whatever the reason, these rare coins have something that no other modern quarter can replicate: soul. They reflect the passage of time. They wear their history proudly. Every line, every shade, every soft scratch tells a story. It's not imperfection, it's identity. And to collectors who understand the language of metal and time, this 1981 P quarter speaks louder than gold. The rarity of the 1981 P Washington quarter is now legendary. Millions were made, yes, but the few that have survived in fine, naturally aged condition, they are beyond scarce. Each year, fewer and fewer appear in circulation. The ones that do are almost always damaged or cleaned, destroying their collector value. But those rare, untouched survivors, with their smooth texture and distinctive rust tones, have become symbols of prestige in the collecting world. Online auctions, private dealers, major coin expos, everyone is watching. The Philadelphia Mint's 1981 run has become a phenomenon in itself. Collectors trade stories, photos, and theories, but every time one of these coins hits the market, prices soar. Why? Because every serious collector wants one. And there just aren't enough to go around. So here's the part that will make your heart skip a beat. How much could this humble 1981 P. Washington quarter, a coin you might pass off as pocket change, really be worth? Take a deep breath because this is where reality bends into disbelief. This fine condition 1981 P quarter, with its rusticious markings and perfectly aged surface, has been documented reaching values as high as $90,000 in today's collector market. Yes, $90,000. A single coin, once worth just 25 cents, now transformed into a near six-figure masterpiece. This is not fiction. It's the truth unfolding across the United States. Coin world right now. Experts, collectors, and investors all agree this coin's value is climbing fast. And as the market tightens, the next verified specimen could go for even more. This is not just a coin. It's a treasure. A secret waiting to be uncovered, maybe even by you. Now, if you want to know whether you have got one of these treasures, here's how to check. Look for the P mint mark. It will sit neatly beside Washington's ponytail on the obverse. Under bright neutral light, examine the surface carefully. Look for those telltale rust marks, one near the lower bottom area, another around the middle. Notice the soft dust shade on the reverse and the smooth overall texture. If it feels naturally aged, not polished, you may have something incredibly valuable. Store it safely in a protective case. Avoid cleaning, even gently. That patina is part of its charm and proof of authenticity. Then have it authenticated by a professional grading service. The right confirmation can transform your find into a verified treasure that collectors will line up to own. And there it is, the final treasure in our countdown. The 1981 P. Washington quarter, smooth, aged, and powerful, a living piece of American history, reborn as a collector's dream. It's proof that fortune doesn't always hide in gold mines or bank vaults. Sometimes it jingles softly in your change jar. Sometimes it waits patiently in your drawer, dusted and forgotten until you look closely. And history reveals its secret. From the 1970 No Mint mystery to the 1980 Denver marvel to this incredible 1981 Philadelphia legend, we've seen how ordinary coins can hold extraordinary value. Each one of these treasures reminds us that America's history isn't gone. It's just waiting to be rediscovered one quarter at a time. And remember, my friends, U.S. Coinworth Secrets is your daily source for new discoveries, rare finds, and real market updates on America's hidden treasures. So hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, and join our growing community of coin hunters, because tomorrow's video might reveal the next coin that changes your life forever. Until then, keep searching, keep believing, and never underestimate the power of the smallest treasure.